another test, which is direct shear test. So this test is used to determine the shear strength of rock, either solid rock or intact rock. And other one, we can also use this machine to determine the discontinuity strength of rock, such as rock joints. This machine is hydraulic hand operated machine. So it has attached with several gauge here. You can see this one is meant to measure the vertical displacement during the movement of rocks, and this one is used to measure the horizontal movements of rocks. These two gears is used. The first one is used to measure the normal force applied onto the top of the rock samples, and the other one is used to record the shear force during shearing process.
There are several steps need to be considered in conducting direct shear test of jointed rock. It starts with select the rock samples that need to be tested using rebound hammer in order to classify the weathering rate of rocks. Cut and trim the rock samples into a specific dimensions using rock cutter and trimmer. According to ASTM, the jointed surface should be more than 1,900 mm square. This is a sample of granite that has been trimmed into a specific dimensions of 7 inch in length, 4 inch width, and 4 inch in height. Therefore, the jointed surface area is 4 inch by 4 inch, that equivalent to 10,000 mm square. Then the rock sample is split into two using splitter, and the crack along the rock sample represents a rock joint. The surface of the rock joint will give uneven surface and can be identified the joint roughness value using comb profiler. This figure shows the comb profiler used to determine the RC value. After that, the rock sample is placed in a mold size of 12 inch by 12 inch, and the gypsum is poured in the mold. The gypsum is used to ensure that the rock samples located properly in the shearing chamber. Do the same thing to another rock samples, then let the gypsum dry for 34 hours. After that, place the rock joint samples in the shearing chamber as shown in this figure. Set all the gauges and start apply normal force to desired constant value. Start giving a shear force by applying hand pump until shearing fails. And lastly is record the data after shearing is failed.